Hold on. Say that again.
I'm afraid
They're going to get worse from here?
They're going to get worse from here.
How do I know what you're going to say?
I just said it. No, but so far so good, but I don't know. I don't know if this could go on for 9 episodes, if they can do this for 9 episodes.
Well, yeah, it's LIW The Stand Review Episode 5 for The Stand 2020 Part 1, The End. Whoopi Goldberg. Let's see her. There she is.
Whoopi!
Whoopi.
You're making too much money. Get a haircut.
She introduces the episode by doing her little speech over.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then
they're gonna make a stand. You're gonna make a stand.
I don't know where to begin because we've already covered this story. So I guess we'll just begin on what makes it different.
Yes, I would say that would be the best way to go.
Whoopi. The main thing we need to talk about that we brought up before in the show is the out of order-ness of it. The fact that it is not chronological. It's like
it is a fractured narrative, but in this episode, it worked because it was more of a character study of the 3 leads,
which it should have been.
And it worked.
Yeah,
but in saying that, that's why I'm like, from now on, is that same sort of pattern going to work for all the characters? I don't know if it could.
I think they're going to do certain stories in order and then have occasional flashbacks. You know, like I think when Larry meets, when they do an introduction of Larry, which will probably be in the next episode because he's the other lead.
No, he'll be the next episode for sure. Yeah,
he'll probably be the next one, and then they'll show some of his backstories. Maybe they'll start off with him already with Nadine, and they'll backtrack and show how he met her.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Or they're going to show him tied up to a horseshoe in Vegas.
And then where did this all go wrong?
And then Randall Flagg singing his song, "Come and Get Your Man," or whatever it is.
Something like that. Yeah, I forgot.
Something like
that. That great Alice Cooper with a K song. I got some new backgrounds.
Ooh, look at that. Can't see what it is.
Yeah,
but I will say this though, I wasn't looking forward to watching this show, but I was pleasantly surprised that the first episode was so good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was very well done. It was well acted. They curse a lot, which is fine, but I think it's kind of over the top a little bit because it's like fucking shit, fuck you fucking weirdo fuck.
If your character's wearing a hat, they're going to swear a bunch. That seemed to be the idea of the first half.
That your fucking hat. Wearing a fucking hat to fucking work, you fucking fuck.
There's way too much swearing. It reminded me of the new Twilight Zone when it came on. They're like, they say the word pussy and fuck and shit. And like, oh my God, I get it. You can do it now, but calm down.
Yeah.
And they got it all out of the way at the beginning. Like this second half of this episode didn't really have a whole lot of swearing except for the soldier with a gun.
Yeah, and that was fine. That worked for that. It just was awkward. It's just, I feel like there's producers on these shows that just want to push the limits because they can. And even the directors are like, you know what? I don't want to. No, you're going to fucking do it because you can. And I think you got those overbearing producers that don't know anything that just want to say, we can do extreme stuff because it's streaming, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I pulled up it on YouTube. So we're good. So, oh my God, so many questions. Let's just begin with this story on this one because it goes from Whoopi and then to make your stand. Like her speech before she sends him off due to God's will. Like it's her deathbed speech that she has in the original.
Yeah.
They just showed it here. So I think they're going to play it again, which is kind of a good idea, kind of cool. To get the tone of the show right up front. And then we get to see it again when it actually matters. But it opens up for real on Harold. Harold and those guys are inside that church, and there's a bunch of dead bodies. And he goes inside and throws the fuck up. And I was waiting for the "Still from Missouri" line, and nothing. Instead,
that's not what that happened to when they went to the CDC in Vermont. Yeah, that was the difference. So maybe he'll still do that.
No, they're not going to Vermont.
They might. It might happen again.
Yeah, well, they have to get through to Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean by saying like how they go out of order. it works for this episode because you're setting up the characters, but to flesh out the remaining story, how is that going to work with the back and forth narrative? I don't know. It's going to be awkward, I think.
At this point, I'm going to go ahead and trust them on that.
So far, so good. Yeah,
yeah,
it was very well done. Yeah.
So, but I was watching. I'm like, I wasn't confused. I was like, they did a really good job telling the story in a chopped up way. I couldn't tell if it was going to be they shot it like this on purpose, that was the intent, or they did it in post. And I'm like, okay, to me, it looks like they did it. That was their plan.
No, that was the plan. It's very scripted. It feels scripted to that
Which
point.
is good.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they knew,
and it makes sense because this whole episode is them building on Harold becoming the psychopath.
Yeah,
and it works.
They do a much better job in this one with the Harold.
Than the original. Yes,
Harold is very quickly forgotten for large sections of time in the first 2 or 3 episodes. Well, 2 because he dies.
I feel bad for Harold in this version because he's just hated. Everybody hates him, no matter who. I mean, everybody hates him. And he hasn't really done anything. Like, he's not a bad guy. Like, he's just kind of an odd weirdo, but he's a writer. So he's kind of like in his own world, but people just really just tear into him for no reason.
He's the Stephen King character.
Yeah, but Stephen King didn't blow up 20 people.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Stay tuned. No, but
I'm going to kill you all.
The same thing where when he's really writing, he would stick his rejection notes on a nail. Same shit. Like, this is all Stephen King, but... All right, let me backtrack because he throws up. This guy named Norris comes out, who's another character actor that's in a ton of stuff, and he's like, "Ordinarily, I'd scold you for vomiting, but 7 billion dead. Go ahead and throw up, man."
Yeah.
Well, I get it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I really thought he was going to be aggressive against him, but basically, he's finding kindness in these.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's just for me that's what makes Harold even worse of a character. He's not forgiving at all. Like he's being accepted for the first time in his life, and he rejects it.
Yeah,
and he's just a psycho. He's just evil. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy from day one, really, because he hasn't really. He doesn't show any kind of emotion when his family is dead. Like, he doesn't care. He's glad they're dead.
Well,
because they were mean to him too. Honestly, I mean, shit.
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. And then we meet another guy named Teddy, and he'd be me in the apocalypse. He's looking through Blu-rays, funny movies to show.
Tell you mean the poor man's Paul Rudd?
Oh yeah, that man, he was fun.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a Walking Dead speech where Norris is the same guy from before is doing a speech about, like, if you can't handle this, let me know. But this is what we got to do. We have to take care of all these bodies because it really fucking smells here. And then we cut back in time. Our first time cut to Franny and her dad are talking in the backyard, just like it did in the original. And Harold, instead of walking up on him, is watching him through a little knot in the fence, and just staring at him. And it was so creepy. Harold is way creepier in this than he is in. He just felt like a lost puppy in the original. And this one, he feels like Cujo. He just feels like he's on the attack, and he's going to be watching this girl, and he's going to get her no matter what. Way different of Harold in this.
Well, and he has his peephole.
Yeah.
And then he gets attacked. And then that was probably the best throwaway line, though, when he was getting chased by those 2 kids. Where he goes, he's a fucking T-1000. Yeah. He's riding his bike.
It's so funny because, some couple people from school show up and they're like, "You fucking peeping on her?" And they start chasing him. Yeah. But he kind of hits them a couple times and rides off on his bike. And I was like, how is that kid still right behind him? And that's when he goes, he's fucking T-1000.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked. But yeah, and then Randall Flagg as a bird trips him up.
That was weird.
And he flies off the bike. Well, I think that's what they're doing here is they're again, it's that new thing where you have to explain everything with Hollywood now. Everything has to be set up in the beginning. So they have Randall Flagg pops up in this first episode more than he ever did in the original.
I think that's why. I think that was their big reason. We talked about this in the last episode.
But I liked it.
I think that's why they are going out of order, because it throws Flagg more into the early. Yeah. Spreads him out.
Because in this one, at the end of the episode, you get to see, because this is no spoiler, because this would be the beginning of the episode for the original. At the end of the episode, you see the actual event happen with the disease.
Yeah.
And you see Randall Flagg, his boot is keeping the door from opening.
Yeah.
And that guy runs out and takes his family and gets out of there. And then you see Randall Flagg on the road hitchhiking, and he looks in the rearview mirror, and there he is with his baby going,
Yeah, that was great.
ah!
He's got his happy. He's got his the comedian button.
Yeah, he's got his hitchhiker going my way look.
Yeah, and that, they tried to do that in the original by having when the guy leaves in the beginning, they just show the bird. But that's what it's supposed to mean, that he was there from the beginning and caused part of it. But yeah, they're way more on the nose on this one. Like they're not. There's no subtext at all. You're watching it happen, and whatever, to each their own. It
works. It's fine. No,
The point that it would bother me is if he went, I was there, and I put my foot in the door, and they show that flashback. That would bother me. This is just happening naturally, so it doesn't bother me.
He's just he's not. It'd be awful if he walks through he's smoking a cigarette, walking through the CDC or wherever this army base is, and dropping flasks. Flag is dropping flasks, just stupid shit.
Yeah,
spreading the disease himself. I'm sorry.
They don't see him.
Here's my ticket for my aeroplane ride.
See, that could have been worse.
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet, so it will get worse. I don't know.
Yeah. Harold, he does have a downward trajectory.
Oh, yes.
So Harold gets his ass kicked, and then he has to walk away on his bike. And then he's just like, and he gets home, and his mom's sick in bed, and he walks a couple more feet, and his cunt sister's there.
Yeah.
Kleenex stuffed up her nose, and she's
some bridal shower.
Yeah, like she's mad at him that this virus made everybody stay home.
Fuck you, Harold.
And I love the fact that due to coronavirus, we had the 1994 version came out in Blu-ray. Like, they really hit stores. It was out, but it wasn't. They threw it in the Walmart like front row,
and then we get a news
stand. It's like, it's crazy because would this have happened without Corona? How in the works was this before Corona? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's been around before. Because originally Josh Boone was going to do the 3-hour version for Warner Brothers with Matthew McConaughey. So that was like 3 years ago. So this has been in the pipeline for a long time.
But did it get made because of Corona?
No. I just think it's good luck. It's just the happenstance.
You think this would be a lot bigger than it is. And part of the reason is the platform it's on. Nobody fucking wants it.
Nobody likes CBS Access. It sucks. They have no good shows,
and nobody wants it.
CBS All Access has has no good shows. It's shit. CBS fucked up their streaming situation, so they did it to themselves. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They don't know how to produce a streaming network yet. They can't figure it out.
But can you imagine how much more popular this would have been if it was on Netflix? Like, it would have been huge.
Maybe.
Not people would have loved it, but people would have watched it like crazy.
Yeah.
You would have heard something about it. I've heard nothing about this. I have not heard one person say they watched it.
So again, The Stand in 1994 made no money. This one made no money either.
Yeah. This one's way more expensive, though.
Yeah.
It looks great, though.
It does look good.
It's weird is today I just happened to watch The New Mutants.
Oh.
And Josh Boone's movie before this.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck was that? I didn't hate it, but I was like, that wasn't good. I don't know what the hell that was. And then I watched it. I looked it up before we started recording today. I'm doing my notes. I'm like, Josh Boone. Oh, no. What are the odds? I had no idea.
You didn't know that was him? Yeah. Oh. Was it the same actors in the New Mutants in The Stand? Any or did you recognize anybody? Okay.
There's 7 people in New Mutants.
Right, yeah.
There's like it reminded me a lot of that Glass movie, only should have came out before Glass.
Oh.
But
yeah. Split. No, yeah. Glass. Oh, Glass. Oh, that's right. It's called Glass.
The last one. Yeah, that's the last one was in a insane asylum.
Yeah, that's right. It's Glass.
It was very similar to this.
That movie sucked.
I didn't mind it.
I thought it was
better.
Stupid.
It's better than New Mutants.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, let's get through the plot. This is when we get to see Stu, and they introduce my favorite character in any Stand media, which is Dr. Jim Ellis. He played by what's his name? I just looked it up. Hamish Linklater, not the son of Richard, but a different guy.
Maybe.
No, I looked it up. His mom's in the business, but she did like one thing. But anyway, I love this guy. I wanted him to stick around for the rest of the series, but knowing what his role is, I was like, fuck. And they got all his scenes out of the way in the first episode. So unless there's more conversation we didn't see between these two guys, more chess, he's out of it. And it sucks because, Hamish, if you're listening somehow for some reason, you fucking killed him, man. I want to watch more of you. I want your own spin-off show because he was the only person with a character. An interesting take on the character. He was completely 180 different from the original guy. Do you remember the original doctors there?
Yeah.
Was it Elf Dad?
Elf Dad and the other character actor.
And the other, yeah. They were just like almost enjoying, like, oh, he died quick this time.
Yeah.
Writing in the notes, and you're like, oh, that's way too. No, that's not how people would be. Like, they're actively enjoying these people's deaths for no reason. And this one, the guy's like, dude, I heard you want to talk to someone with answers. He's like, yeah, is that you? He's like, yeah, what do you want to know, man? This is fucked up, I know.
And I can't tell you much more, but you don't want to know. Trust me, you don't want to know.
Yeah, and he breaks protocol because he knows this situation's fucked and it's not going to matter. And he breaks protocol. He's like, I shouldn't tell you this, but you got to take you to Vermont, man. That's where our other thing is, and shit's falling apart here. We found someone brought their kid in. They had the virus, so we got to go.
And I even liked when he talks to General J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
That's a great scene. I really liked that. I appreciate that one. That was really good.
Yeah, they kind of combine a couple characters there.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of padding in the first part of the 94 version.
Yeah.
Which is the Ed Harris and that his
his lover.
Yeah, when that sort of shit. Because that part works and doesn't work in my eyes.
Yeah.
He's too detached from everything. It's like we got Ed Harris, we got to do something with him. And you never see him do anything, really. He just sits in a chair and then does that one press conference. It doesn't exist. There's no...
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I would say the differences so far was with the original Stand, they set it up where like the media is lying or they're figuring out the government's lying to you. And this one's kind of in the background. It's not really focused. It's not really... Yeah.
Going off that, because in the original you get Kathy Bates and they storm her place and it's like a Romero movie. They kill her.
Yeah.
In this one, Harold's getting his stuff ready, like come up with a plan. And you hear like the radio guy, like, it's all fucked. And then and Harold's just like,
well, he goes, I'm signing off.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not gonna let this Captain Trips get me. I'm signing off my own way, so fuck you. And he blows his brains out. So he commits suicide on air, basically.
But I love Harold. He's just like,
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, everybody's dead at that point. He knows it. He knows it. And that's what I loved about that one part where Harold, they're in that house in Colorado because they're just searching all these places for the bodies to get them out.
Yeah.
And the guy's looking for DVDs and Blu-rays. And Harold finds a Tom Cruise on the cover of a magazine doing this, something like that. And at first I was like, is Harold gay?
No.
Like, is it? But it's, no. It was, he needs it to show him how to be normal. And he uses,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off at all.
No, you're going to say you think,
I was going to piggyback. He thinks that's how people want you to look.
Yes.
Like, he's using it as like a mask. He's like, how do I do this so people think I'm happy and not planning weird shit?
No.
Yeah, but him doing that in the mirror was great.
Yeah, and he keeps practicing, and then you see him with Fran and Stu pregnant already, and he's just like, "Oh, it's the baby! Oh no, it's just breakfast!" And he's just it's so obvious that he's faking it, but they're just like, "Yeah, very good, thanks, Harold. Hi, let's have dinner." He goes, "Yeah, let's have dinner together."
Was he ever Sid Vicious in a movie? Look at him.
Yeah, he's very skinny,
just like him. Apparently, he's in It as Patrick Hostetter, and then he's dead.
That's who he was. Yes, okay.
He's in Black Mirror.
He was Patrick Hostetter? Oh, my God. He's with the flamethrower. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I liked him in this.
Yeah, he's good.
I liked everybody.
Yeah. Franny, though, I think is the weak. Again, I think Franny might be the weakest link in the chain.
This guy. I want his own spin-off show. I love that guy.
Harold.
But you ever look at Alexander Skarsgård's IMDb picture? It is fucking hilarious. He's just like his dad.
That's good.
A weird voyeuristic asshole. Not
Well, no.
weirdo,
Did you ever hear those stories that he said about his dad? How
No.
growing up, his dad, like they're European, they don't
Yeah.
care about nudity. So his
No.
dad would be naked like all the time.
Yeah.
And they said it was to the point where just like, okay, yeah, Dad, we don't, please put clothes on. We don't want to look at you. Please stop.
Well,
Like
there's
it
a
was
difference
just,
between European nudity, which is they're fine with it, and
yeah.
then how he is. He's
Hello.
he's one of those guys that doesn't give a fuck, and he's like, even in the Thor movies, he walks around naked. Like,
Yes.
in a Thor movie to
He
walk around
doesn't care.
naked.
So what? What do
Yeah.
you care? Well, come here. Sit down. Let's talk about something. Are you okay? What's going on, Peter? Tell me about your career.
Yeah. Can you imagine that guy being your dad?
That'd be awkward.
Great stories, though. But
Oh, he's in great movies, though.
at one point, Dr. Jim Ellis asked him about the East Texas, where he came from, and they do a flashback to patient zero. This time he's black. Ooh,
Yes,
a
twist.
And then it just shows that scene. It's weird that scene, because Mick Garris in '94 wanted to have that scene be kind of more epic. It's not crazy epic, but he crashes into the pumps, and this one he's like skids.
Yeah, he skids it. Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I was like, something crazy to happen.
Well, they had to keep all their budget for the hand at the end of the series.
Hope it's for Terry Gilliam.
It's a bomb!
I hope they cut to her for no reason.
God, yeah. It's that scene from The Stand.
It's a bomb!
It's a bomb! He's got a bomb!
The way she shakes it.
Oh my god.
He's got a bomb!
It's the greatest 2 seconds ever.
I wonder if that's on YouTube.
It's gotta be. It has to be. It has to be on YouTube.
Okay, real quick. Franny's digging a hole. I'm going to look this up here. I just want to get this away so you can talk, and I'll look it up while you're talking. Harold comes up, and he's like, hey, we're the only two around. That's weird.
Yeah.
And then she seems nice, and she's like, oh, yeah, I know. What can I do? And he's like, you want me to go help you? She's like, I'm not your fucking babysitter, Harold. I'm not your babysitter anymore, Harold. Why don't you fuck off? And she's such a bitch.
Yeah.
She's such a bitch.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like she's automatically, the first moment with her is, I'm not your fucking babysitter anymore, Harold. Like, that's exactly, like, those are her words to him just for checking on her.
Yeah.
Because everybody's dying, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say, hey, are you okay? I mean, Jesus Christ. No wonder he's a fucking psychopath.
Wait. I just saw on IMDb, The Stand, Season 2, all details.
What?
No.
They
Did they not finish the story?
They can't do a Season 2.
Stand, 1994.
Don't make it under the dome. Ugh.
I keep forgetting her name. I don't know why.
Who, Franny?
Shawnee Smith.
Shawnee Smith, yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you Franny's name in this show.
Oh, yeah, she's Australian. That's all I know.
Is it? Oh, really?
Because I just looked it up.
She just, I don't know. She looks. Women in these shows now don't look like women. It's like Molly Ringwald, granted, looked like a woman. She doesn't. She looks like she's a 16-year-old girl.
She looks like any girl in any horror movie.
Well, yeah, but they're all supposed to be like teen and like 18 to 20, like nothing beyond that. I'm just like, I don't see 50-year-old James Marston or whatever his name is. Yeah, hooking up with a 20-year-old Fran.
Well, their ages look closer than Gary Sinise and Molly Ringwald's do. So.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm Stu.
I can't find just a clip of that one, so I'll have to
that's bullshit. It's there.
I'll save it separately, and we'll have it on a button, so I can play that whenever I want. I'll do that for next episode.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but this one explains the backstory of Stu, which the other one never did.
What do you mean?
Well, where the doctor talks to him, and he goes, Stu, your name, military, you were ex-military, you retired early because you were medical military benefit.
They did that in the last one.
Did they? I don't remember that in the last one.
Yeah, it's a conversation they have quickly in the beginning.
Do they? I don't even remember that. No.
Yeah, then they don't spend much time on it. It doesn't really matter.
Well, just because in the original Stand, you flash forward to episode 3, and Gary Sinise is cutting a guy's appendix out,
Yeah.
and he can't save him. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Stu, what are you?
Yeah, he's strange. Because that time you fucking forget it. So
Yeah.
all right, so she actually buries her dad, and then she has a dream after where she goes in the cornfield and meets Mother Abigail. Do we actually see her though?
I think we do see her.
I don't remember if we saw her. Or
I
not.
think we
She's
do.
there, right?
She's there. I mean, I think she says hello to Jimmy Masters or Masterson or whatever the fuck his name is. Stu.
Oh,
What's his name? James
oh,
Marsden?
no, that's later. This is Franny having her dream.
Oh, yeah. I think
she meets Mother Abigail right there. But then we see Harold. He's going around town. He gets a gun. He sits there and waves it around like a psychopath. And then he prepares his plan. That's when we hear the radio guy shoot himself in the head. And then we see Stu. He gets moved to Vermont by a guy named Cobb, who is Daniel Sunjata. And I saw him and I go, oh, I wonder how he's going to die. Because all I could think about is his character in Dark Knight Rises, where he shows up for 15 seconds and immediately gets killed by Bane.
Oh, that was him. Yeah, he got fatter.
He gets killed by Bane so quick. You think his character's going to be a badass, and he's like, he kills them.
Put them where the people can see them.
Yeah.
Hang them from a bridge.
And when they're in Vermont, someone's monitoring them. We don't see who it is yet.
Yeah.
Harold goes over to talk to Franny, show her the plan, and then he sees her. She's not answering the door, so he kicks it in, and he goes upstairs and he knocks down that door, and she's in the bathtub, took 6,000 pills apparently, and
again saves her life.
Yes,
fucking Harold saves her life. And now she's like,
throw him a blowy. Come on.
Yeah, give him a fucking break. It's not like he's that bad. If he just needs to go to fucking Silver Lake, he'll be a king. If he's just in the wrong geographical center, he should have went to California, Silver Lake, in his shitty tight jeans, in his fucking skinny jeans, and his fucking his weird nose. He'd get pussy everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they love guys like that down there because they're all fucking dumb bitches.
Oh, yeah.
They're like artsy.
A pussy machine.
Oh, big time.
He just needs a makeover. That's all he needs.
Yes.
He tells her the plan, which is to go to Atlanta and see if they can volunteer themselves as guinea pigs. And she's like, that's a great plan. And she's serious. And then they fucking do it.
I like how he has a moped, though.
Yeah, they kept a moped.
He's driving a moped. He's not on a motorcycle. He's not cool. He's got a moped.
It's really going to be weird because when this version of Nadine shows up with Amber Heard and this guy, it's going to be bizarre. The disparity is fucking massive between those two humans. So how they can make that work is beyond me.
But they would be a couple in real life if she wasn't a weirdo.
If he put on 45 scarves, she would not be able to
and he had a bunch of tattoos on his fingers.
Yeah.
It'd be all right.
Stu has a vision, which is a cool shot because he looks over and he's in this weird futuristic-y. It reminded me of Westworld, this little room he's in, and he looks up in this corn and crawls in through there into the cornfield. He goes to the center where there's a thing, and it reminded me of you ever see the Stephen King thing on Netflix, the Through the Tall Grass?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's good, but I was waiting for the rock.
Yeah,
there's no rock. Instead,
there's a wolf. Yeah,
and I was like, is Randall Flagg a fucking wolf in this one, not a bird?
I think he's both.
That's confusing. Why is he both?
Because he's a wolf. He appears as a wolf to Harold at the end too.
Yeah.
So I think he's a wolf and a bird. He can be whatever he wants to be.
But why would you be a wolf? Because you know how long it takes to get around as a wolf? A bird, you can fly, and you're pretty quick. Wolf, you gotta fucking walk.
Yeah, but that was a dream, though. So maybe he's just a wolf in dreams, and in reality, he's a bird. So there you go.
Not convoluted at all.
Yeah, there you go. That makes more sense.
Let's see. Ellis shows up in there the next morning, and he's sick. And I was like, no. And then immediately Cobb shows up, and he's gonna shoot Stu for being healthy.
Yeah.
This whole sequence with Stu in the lab is way better than the Gary Sinise one. That whole Gary Sinise, that part of it is sloppy to me.
No, I don't know. I think there was more or less a reason for it. This one just kind of happens because he doesn't really say, I'm going to kill you because you're the last guy who's not affected by this and the world doesn't deserve you don't deserve to live. Whereas in this one, he's just cleaning up after the cause is
Yeah.
lost. And he's got the big, but I do like the makeup effects with his big ass George Lucas chin.
What is the deal with the fucking neck?
That's
Why-
cool. I like that
That's interesting change. But
because some people have it and some people don't.
what I mean about the difference is, in the original, there's too many characters, and he's constantly yelling at them. And they come in, they apologize, and he agrees to do it. Then he would yell again, and it's just like too convoluted. Like this one, they streamline it. It's just
Yeah.
I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm allergic to this stand.
Yes.
But this one, he's just having conversations, and they're opening up about the characters, like, and that's all it focuses on. And then we know that guy's a crazy lunatic, follows every single fucking order
Yeah.
to the end, and that's all I need to know. And then he comes in and tries to shoot him, but instead shoots the doctor. The doctor gave Stu a
Scalpel.
and he goes slices the
Cuts
guy's
his throat because it shows his training as a soldier.
yeah, and then that guy's
And
dead.
he goes, "Ah!" Which was great. And then even J.K. Simmons talks about that. He goes, "You said," because Stu goes, "You sent him to kill me." He goes, I had no idea who he was working for. Would you believe me if I said I have no idea who any of these people are under orders for something? I have no idea."
And he's like, "No, I don't." And he's like, "I
really wouldn't either.
No fucking idea."
Yeah.
That's just a soldier following until the end, even though there's
Yeah.
nobody there to prove that he did it too.
Yeah. And he's just, and J.K. Simmons is giving up on everything. He's just like, yeah, it's time to go. This ain't gonna end well for me.
He's basically the Gary Ed Harris. He's basically that role.
Oh, no, that's Ed Harris role for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least this one is just there for 1 second at the end, and then just goes, "Well, here's how you get out."
Yeah.
Shoots himself in the chest.
In the chest, like a real man.
Yeah,
Just like a
brain,
like that real midget from Gather Ye Acorns.
From the Amazing Stories episode.
Amazing Stories. This midget shot himself in the chest to preserve his brain. I'm assuming. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't find out why, but
nope. We'll never know.
Nope. And nobody looked at his brain.
It's a mystery.
So his brain went into a freak show. You know that's what happened.
His brain is frozen next to Walt Disney.
So the next thing we see, Harold and Franny, they leave a note, they spray paint it, saying they're going to Atlanta. And then we cut back to now, which is, the now storyline, which is the latest storyline, I guess. This is why I'm calling it now. And it's Harold. It's a montage of Harold working, dumping bodies, and he's writing on a keyboard he found, or typewriter. And he's saying, he's starting off like, this is how, we have to find some meaning, blah, 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 blah. And then he has a dream where he meets the wolf. And then the wolf leads him, and then it's like Robert Rodriguez type music starts playing, and then he comes out from a rock, and it's Bill Skarsgård, or no,
and you got
Skarsgård,
and they got a bunch of neon girls lit up because it's Vegas.
Yeah. He's trying to get him to go there.
It was fun,
and then his voiceover narration changes to like, well, I mean, maybe not. And then we see Stu, and he's walking around with Franny, and she's all preggers. And that's when you're saying he's doing the, hey.
It's funny.
And then it changes to, I'm going to kill Stu and her too. Fuck them
both. Not even like that. It's, I'm going to fucking kill them both. Fuck him. Like he's gone. He's lost it.
Yeah. And it made me wonder, like, he was detached before from emotions, but he wasn't a psychopath.
No, he's a full-blown nutcase.
But, after seeing Randall Flagg, he's just fully...
Yeah.
Like, that part of his brain is overtaking the rest of him. Like, he's...
which comes into the whole, what's Nadine going to do? If Nadine gives him a blowjob, he's going to love it and not want to leave the house.
Yeah. This is part of the problem I was saying. Is when they do this, he's already over that edge.
Yeah. It makes more sense, but in the other one, you gather he went crazy because Nadine is egging him on, pushing him forward with all her blowjobbing and finger banging.
She's pulling him.
Exactly. Yes.
But that's why they went more sympathetic in the first movie because it makes him have that "I was led astray" stuff.
Yeah.
In this one, they have to do something else. That's all I'm saying. They can't do the same thing, so they have to make it something else. So
I'm sure it's going to be the same fate that
yeah.
Harold's going to get dismissed by Flag and he'll leave him to die.
But they already did it when he tripped him up on his bike the first time. They already did that thing.
No, I know, but I think they're going to do it again in this one.
Is he gonna be driving like a fucking ninja, like going 240 down the road?
Ah!
Boom, boom, boom. A Herald streak down the road.
It'll be so bad he lands on his helmet and it just snaps in half. And then you can have that scene where two pieces of the helmet are on one rock, nicely put together. Yeah, because they've already, like I said, that's what I mean. It's like, where are they going to go further with these characters? Because we know everything about them now, so we're going to have new characters come into part in episode 2 to get us to the next story beat.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, you're going to give all the. So that's why I'm kind of like worried about the whole mixed timeline thing, because you're going to lose the characters a little bit because you're not going to have as much time with them as you should have.
Well, I think what they're going to do is episode 2 will be Larry and Nadine, and then episode 3 will probably be them more in trying to find Nebraska.
It'll probably be Larry and Nick.
It'll back. Yeah, we still have Nick to get to.
Still Nick. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Episode 3 will be Nick, but it's going to end. Each episode will have the second half will be like them finding Mother Abigail, trying to find her. Episode 4, they'll probably find her. 5 would be like the Boulder stuff. 6, we'll probably start to see Vegas a lot more. 7, and Vegas a lot more. 8, maybe some flashbacks, and then their walk.
Well, that's the thing.
9, the end.
I feel like the Stand 5 is going to be, or the Stand 4, whichever in the middle, is going to be like a Randall Flagg episode that establishes what he's doing.
Yeah, I think they're going to sprinkle that in throughout every episode.
Yeah.
Just like how I think they're going to sprinkle in all the Boulder stuff. Because that's when you get all your cast together.
Yeah.
You're going to see Stu and Franny and Nick and Larry, all of them there. They're going to, and then you'll see the backstories of that character of that episode, like Lost.
Yeah.
They'll have each other own episode.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Saying Lost doesn't exactly make me excited for the end of this, but
yeah, that's the thing.
But yeah, Stu pregged up Franny. That's important. We know that already. Then the last scene that happens is we see a flashback to Campion, who's the prison guard or the guard at the facility, the army dude. The outbreak happens.
Yeah.
Randall keeps the door open so he has time to get out. He flees with his wife and baby. And then we see, like you said, he's like driving by and he sees him hitchhiking and he just keeps driving. And we see in the mirror, he's back there with the kid, like, and he's going to find the baby or something. I don't know what he's going to do with the baby.
Well, he's pulling his Rutger Hauer from The Hitcher.
Yeah. Oh, The Hitcher. Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to more. I want to watch episode 2. That's why I wanted to do this tonight, so I can watch it tonight.
Yes.
I don't know what to expect other than, my guess on the outline of the rest of the season. I don't think there's going to be a season 2. I think that someone made
I hope not. That would be awful. Like, that's stupid.
Is there a mention of season 2 on IMDb? No, because there's no season 2. Why the fuck would there be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see Mother Abigail. There we go.
Ugh.
So they're going to sprinkle in her. They're going to sprinkle in Randall Flagg, and then they're going to sprinkle in the flashbacks. Or flashback to be most of the episode.
What was Miguel Ferrera's character's name again?
Oh yeah, we don't have Lloyd yet. Or
Lloyd,
man. They don't need to spend a whole lot of time on that character though.
No, they don't. But I feel like they're going to.
That's fine.
But who's playing Lloyd in this in the new series?
I almost don't want to know, but Nat Wolff.
Okay.
He's from The Stand, Paper Towns, and Palo Alto. He looks like the main character in Paper Towns.
Which is what I think Josh Boone directed. Did Josh Boone do Paper Towns?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
That's the movie where I think that one girl looks like Zac Efron every time I look at it.
Cara Delevingne.
She looks like Zac Efron in this picture.
Yeah. Well, she's annoying.
So it's this guy,
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
Natalie Wolf.
really? That's who that guy?
We
He looks
got,
like a kid.
yeah.
Like Miguel Ferrer was a man. This is like an 18-year-old kid
Oh,
trying to buy booze.
it's Greg Kinnear at that age already. He's playing Glenn, the old man.
Well, there you go.
He's not that old.
No, but that just shows you everybody else in the cast is so young that Greg Kinnear would be my favorite Martian.
Wow. Oh, it's not. So it's not Trash Can Man. It's. Oh, is she playing Rat Man? But it's Rat Woman now. It's Brad Dourif's daughter. She's in the last puppet or no Chucky movie. She's in the last one. This girl, Fiona Dourif.
No, I thought Trash Can Man was Ezra Levine.
Yeah, I'm saying, is she playing Rat Man? Is this Rat?
Oh, yeah. I think there you go. Yeah, I think she is.
Okay, interesting.
Rat Woman gonna get you.
And then we
Rat Woman forgives you only once.
Yeah. Okay. So that's our cast. Whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'll take it as it comes. I don't know.
I'll take it as it comes too.
Episode 2 is called. What's it called?
Episode 2
is called Pocket Savior. It has a picture of Larry. So, like we were guessing, it's about Larry. Has a 6.6 at IMDb. This is a 6.9.
Oh, really? I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, 6.9. I thought it was better than that.
What I gave it a 7. What do you give it?
I give it about a 7. But I think,
0.9 is a 7.
I think people nowadays are so hating on corporate anything now with media in general.
Do you want me to flash back to 20 minutes ago when you were going off on it?
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like I think people just have a hard-on for corporate anything. Like I said, nobody likes CBS All Access. It's stupid. And even if they make something good, they're not going to say, yeah, it's good. They're going to say it sucks. They're going to do everything in their power to say, fuck that show, I don't like it, even if it's good. Because they're just mad that it wasn't like what they are used to having or whatever.
I don't understand that. That's why I don't want to know any spoilers or anything. Because I want to judge it based on what I'm watching, not any notions I have of how it should be.
I don't think there's much spoiler. I think it's pretty much standard. The stand it is what happens in the stand. I don't think they deviate too much from that.
I'm hoping there's some differences. Like there's already some differences. Like it's not differences as far as like this character isn't that character. It's how you perceive the character. Like Harold is completely different in this one. Yeah. He's got way more going on. The original was real one note. I'm a loser. I want this girl. Can't get her. Now I'm mad. That's it.
Parker Lewis can't win.
No, he can't get inside. He never does. He dies a virgin. He get a blowjob though, or anal.
Well, that's not true. He did do it in the butt, so there is that.
We don't know if he was blown or had some butt sex. We don't know.
I think it was all of the above.
And he's like tapping on the front door, and he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "No,
this is for Flag."
How pissed would Flag have been if he goes inside her and she's like, "By the way, it's Harold's baby."
Ah!
Yeah. I don't think he would have pissed because he didn't care anyway.
You fucking bitch! He just would have held her body. Fucking bitch! Drop her. God, that was great.
The sound effect is great.
I miss him already.
Yeah, I am looking forward to more Alexander Skarsgård though.
I'm sure he's fine.
He's got charm.
He does.
But the big what I like about the first one is the Randall Flagg. That guy is so like you think he's bland and boring, and then he catches you off guard by how funny he is in the last episode.
That's the thing. It's like the build-up was so perfect. It's just like, wow. Yeah. It's just too bad we didn't have more of him in the previous episodes. It would have been way better, maybe.
That's why I didn't want to tell you. I'm like, you didn't like him? And then after we stopped recording, I was like, that's probably why. He's not really in a whole lot. He has no idea what's coming. It's great.
And I loved it. I thought he was great. I was like, oh, man, why couldn't they just have him do this the whole series? Because he's great. He ends up being the best part.
When he's crying.
It was great. Shut up!
Don't laugh at me!
Don't laugh at me! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, God, it was great.
So I'm wondering if Alexander Skarsgård is going to play it in a similar way, a more fun way. He seems like he's already doing like he's winking and nodding at the camera at the very end, like it literally, like yeah, like
Yeah,
they cut
I
it
don't know.
1 second before he did one of those.
I think he's trying to pull his Matthew McConaughey impression.
I'm surprised they went with the jean jacket again.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just an iconic look. Yeah. It's that's flag for people, so I don't want to change that up too much.
Yeah, he's a lot more handsome now.
Oh yes, very.
Do you think they'll do? And the last thing I want to say, and then I'll get out of here. Do you think they're going to do the romance novel stuff they did in the original? Because Mick Garris and Stephen King were both talking about how they shot the scenes at night with him and Nadine. It's like,
oh,
he's like, it looks like a romance novel. That's what we're going for. And he has these crazy.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It was great. Yeah, this one he's gonna be like, do you consent to having intercourse with me?
Can you sign this paper?
Good. It's 2020. You never know. I want to be very certain you're on board, and I'll ask you every 30 seconds if you still want me inside you.
Granted, I'm kind of the Antichrist, but I gotta ask.
Yeah, these things are very official. You see, if I put a seed in you without, do you agree to have the devil baby inside you?
Don't jump off my building.
Oh God! All right. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Like these are an hour episodes, so you can't really say much more. Yeah, it's a good start, and I hope they get better. But I don't know. I'm going to be worried, but so far so good. Yeah, it's going to be the decline.
Yeah. Well, at first it's like, and then eventually, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, we'll be back with part 2, which I said the title of and I already forgot. Pocket Savior is what it's called. So until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dick Ticket.
LIWstudios.com. So long, citizens. So long. Who do I want to say goodbye to this time? Whoopi Goldberg. You
Whoopi.
Weirdo. How do you win an Oscar and then immediately you're in a dinosaur movie? What happened with your life?
It wasn't immediate. It was like 4 or 5 years later. Might have been 60. It might have been 1996. And her career took a nosedive because she was in that movie where what's his name, wore blackface at an NAACP thing. Remember that? Ted Danson did blackface minstrel.
Made in America.
Yeah, but he did it in like a charity thing, like as a joke. And everybody was like, no, not funny. No, this is like 1994.
Theodore Danson.
Yeah, and he ended up getting Becker. So he came out all right.
So long. Becker with Shawnee Smith. Bye.
It's a ball!
It's a callback.
Gotta get that clip.